Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. The name's Grimm, and today in Metaphor Refantazio, well, we're doing a strategy meeting first thing in the morning. I suppose one cannot expect multi-course meals while camping. It does make me look forward to the undoubtedly extravagant cuisine that'll be offered at Louise's soiree. We have 7 days until Louise's soiree, so let's get as much done as we can before then. And on that note, where to?
What do you want to do?
We should think about where to go next as a group. Alright, let's see. Now how far are we runner then?
But wait.
I think someone's here. They might attack us if we get close, now that we're not nobodies. Let's head on to Tomb Limit.
Asked us to go there.
Seems to be a tomb. We don't have any requests here at the moment.
It's your call.
We'll have to camp for a night, but we could get there tomorrow. In that case, gonna head out straight away. Let's go.
Which way should we go?
We could go a different route. Which way do you want? This way. Okay, here we go. Don't forget, stay alert till we get there. Man, after this, we're not gonna be needing to raise any social stats for a long time. We've been basically doing that for basically a week now. Damn, has been a while.
All right then.
Let's see. Nurse is not free. Nobody is free, so looks like we got free reigns of the books right now. Let's check the pantry and then get to cooking before that, though. Let's see what we got.
This is
Orgo, sugar, and briny salt. Perfect. Alright, next. What shall we cook today? We want to make something? So, we should have everyone teach us their culinary specialty, yada yada yada. We have cooked all the dishes we can at least once. Limp goldfish, white peach turnip, and finisher noodles. We are not going to be able to make those for a little while, at least. Like maybe a month. So, we have free reign of the kitchen to cook whatever the hell we want. What am I feeling? We have plenty of these. I want to make magical bread. We only make 2 for right now, but I want to make sure we're full up on MP restoring items.
Alright.
In that dish from Heismay home village, I'll go get them.
Understood?
You may cut as many corners as you like in cooking. However, we do not cook merely to fill our bellies. No, we cook to partake of a good meal. You mustn't neglect learning how to achieve that end.
Knowing that,
The end of your result will directly reflect the focus you put into the process. Training with a blade is not so different.
I see. I follow Heismay's lead and begin kneading the flour into dough.
Once the dough is satisfactory, throw your weight into stretching it. Your foot goes forward like this.
Ow.
Etch this into your memory.
Okay.
So all my sweat tells of a battle hard fought, our final trial yet awaits. Calm your mind, strike to remove it with no less than perfect timing.
Amazing. We made springy and delicious looking bread.
days gone by,
I present to you a taste of my hometown with this magical bread. Our efforts shall make it all the more delicious, so be sure to savor it.
Almost lost my breath there. Thanks to speed cooking, I cook without passing time. Nice. Gimme. There we go. Just clear my throat. Now, let's go read Julian's book, even though I don't really want to. It'll give us some wisdom. Books aligned with interesting books. Future and Magic. It's Julian's treatise on building a sustainable future with magic. I'm in the middle of reading it. He's obnoxious, but he does know a thing or two, so maybe we'll learn something. Looks like a complicated book, so let's get comfy by the window before we dive in. If we read this book, I may gain more wisdom. Shall we spend some time reading this book? Hell yeah.
What's that?
This book is advocating for sustainable magical living. If you recall, the next chapter is called Food in a Magical Future. All living creatures, whether beasts or fish, have intelligence. This we know, and yet a shocking number of people still elect to consume these beings for sustenance.
Let's see.
We need not to be so barbarous. People can live well on grain and nut. Yes, simply supply is a challenge, but we can develop igniters that will increase grain production. So why wait? Start adapting now. We should immediately cease this consumption of meat and live off magically produced food, it says. What do you think? Immediately too rash. That'll never work if it was rushed into action.
Right?
Yeah, agreed. Regardless of whether eating meat is good or bad, suddenly changing everyone's diet all at once is just too unrealistic. Gallica and I were on the same page. Glad. I feel like I've gained some wisdom. Alright. Nice. We're getting pretty close to raising our rank.
Still, though.
Do you think this author practices the way he preaches? Like, cutting meat out of your diet, that'd be a challenge for some people. Hell, it's really hard. It's really hard to consume enough protein with nuts. Like, a lot of vegetarians, it's easy for them to just not consume enough protein.
The gauntlet runner's slowing pace signals their arrival at an encampment to those below deck. They are grateful for these moments of repose, quietly acknowledging their good fortune, a rare glimpse into a party at peace.
Continuing the topic, I met a vegan before, and literally they told me it's hard for them to get enough protein out of their diet. Well, take it with a grain of salt, they were a teenager. But at the time, they did tell me it was hard for them to get enough protein with nuts. With only nuts in their diet. That nuts had protein, yes, and beans as well, but it's hard to get enough protein out of them as something like meat. I believe there are other workarounds around it, though, to consume enough protein to stay healthy. It's just, you gotta be extra careful with it, from what I understand. Now, before we hang out with... I think we'll hang out with Heismay. We've been improving our knowledge, or wisdom a lot. So I'd like to raise our tolerance a bit more as well. But first, I'd like us to go ahead and... Yeah. I want to go ahead into academia and talk about an archetype for today.
Where was I?
We used this archetype yesterday. If you're curious what it is, I'll give you 5 seconds before I discuss what it is. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It is the Merchant. This book looks like it's discussing a research document about the Merchant archetype. In times of yore, there lived heroes who... Where the fuck did Gallica come from? What the hell? Who eschewed the blade but won their fortune through masterful negotiation. Their souls together form the power of the Merchant. Among them, the elite who seek to control the power of profits and losses, finding victory in superior deal-making, I dub the Tycoon. The Merchant archetype attacks with money rather than mind or body, and bears the power to gain rewards beyond victory in battle. But viewed in another light, it is only as powerful as a war chest that funds it, and without coin, it has nothing. Let no merchant forget this truth.
We'll figure it out.
So this merchant increases battle rewards just by being in the party. And while its money-consuming skills are strong, we don't want to let them overspend. That is very true. Oh god, I talked too quickly again. So, the merchant. People who use it are similar to Steve, a bit cunning, but will use the rules of society to get their way, mainly through commerce. Can show reliance and interconnectedness through trade and through people and connections. Brigida does seemingly show this, but at the same time she shows not loneliness, but being disconnected from everyone as well, due to, well, her untrustingness of everyone. Which is understandable due to the business model she has. So, its stats. At rank 1, it starts off with 0 in strength, 0 in magic, 2 to endurance, 1 to agility, and a whopping 7 to luck. And at max rank, it gains 0 strength, 0 magic, 8 to endurance, 7 to agility, and 15 to luck. The name of the game is to crit with the merchant, and it does this with its first skill. What you start with it off the bat, but we'll talk about it in a second. First, let's get one pretty big downside out of the way. It has 2 weaknesses. Weak to fire and weak to light. And it has no resistances at all. This can be a bit annoying to deal with, cause fire is pretty commonplace. Light isn't, unless you're fighting against other candidates, and then it can be a bit annoying and powerful, so in some respect, you have to be careful when facing certain candidates with the merchant. Now, onto the skills. At level 1, they learn Gold Attack. Almighty skill. It is weak and physical almighty to one foe. has a high chance of critting. With the high luck it has, it will be critting more and more often as it levels up. This is such a good fucking skill. And if you're able to get it before the first dungeon early game, a bit difficult to do, but if you're able to do it. I didn't utilize it a lot because we still have a bit of low funds at the time, but oh my god. You don't even have to grind for MP, you just go money attack, money attack, money attack. And again, there's a maglet crystal that spawn the enemies and you can just grind EXP and money on those to have plenty of money for the rest of Grand Trad and the dungeon. It's such a good skill. And the way you grind money with it, well, it's hero passive, but we'll talk about it later. Level 2, Lucky Find. It is a passive skill that increases the likelihood of receiving items after a battle, specifically by 1.2%, and this does stack. If more... Oh wait, no, sorry, no. My mistake, no, this is flat times 1.2. Increased likelihood of finding items. The next skill, however, at level 5, Trader Summit, does stack with other members of the lineage, another passive skill that increases the effects of consumables by 1.2 as well. Effect stacks while using another archetype of the same lineage. I believe this goes up to 1.8. So this nearly doubles the effect of healing skills. I do not know if this affects Magla potions though. I haven't found any information that indicates it does, but it is technically a healing skill. It is technically a consumable still. So increase effect of consumables by 1.2%. This isn't saying healing consumables, it's saying consumables altogether. So that includes attack stones, medicinal herbs, and Magla potion, I'm pretty sure. It's just anything consumable in battle. It's awesome. Oh no, it just in general as well. So damn, this is a good skill to have. It makes the all merchant party much more viable. At level 6, it learns Fire Dodge. Really helps out with evading fire as one of 2 weaknesses, so I'd say pretty good to have on there. Very good, in fact. And it doesn't learn another skill until level 20. Debt Collection. An almighty skill that steals Magla from one enemy and costs over 100 MP. This is a bad skill. I mean, it steals a decent amount of Magla if you're finishing up a dungeon and want to get rid of your remaining MP instead of grinding on enemies. You want to grind Magla for some reason, which you get by defeating enemies, but whatever. I ain't judging. Seriously, I ain't judging. You play how you want. But it's so fucking expensive, man. It can't be utilized well. But that's the crazy part. The level 20 skill is kind of not great, but every other skill that you get, it's fucking fantastic, and then you only have to wait until level 6. And you start off with its great attacking skill. It's so good. It's really, really good and busted, man. And then its hero passive. Fucking alchemy. Okay, when you read the skill from the menu, it says a chance of getting money when stunning or defeating an enemy in overworld combat. That is false. That is a mistranslation. This is guaranteed to give you money every time you stun or defeat enemies in overworld combat. The amount increases by 15 reeve every time you level up. So the further you go into this game, the better this passive becomes. It's so fucking useful. Just run around, defeat some weaker level foes you can easily kill in overworld combat, and then bam, you defeat 3 of them, bam, you have 1500 reeve. Or at least I do at this point in the game. At the beginning, I don't know, 1000? It's still pretty damn good. It's such a nice passive. If you know what you're doing, if you can plan which dungeon will have weaker enemies, or you just knock out the main dungeon first before doing side dungeons and are really buffed up and leveled up, you can easily grind on the enemies for money there and grind for extra levels. This is how people get over levels so quickly in this game. And now let's move on to the synthesis skills. We actually used this one yesterday. All Reset removes nearly every single beneficial effect that an enemy can place upon itself. This includes stat buffs for attack, defense, agility. This includes repel physical and magical skills. This includes charging for physical and charging for magic skills. This includes all those types of skills. And the merchant just has this? This is busted. This is so good, man. Like, holy shit. Its other synthesis skills are... Oh, sorry. And All Reset does require Thief, Faker, or Merchant lineages on the party. Not that hard to the put on. Early in the game though, this can be a bit hard to utilize since you'll need 2 merchants to party at once. But by the time you get to Martyr, easy a pie. And that's really when you'll start needing it. Hell, well yeah, no, there are some enemies that charge up. Alright, now for second synthesis skill. Fortune slots. A low hit rate move, but hit every... Or wait. But... Sorry. It's a low hit rate move, but all of its hits will deal critical physical almighty damage. This... I never saw its utility on my first playthrough, and I still think it's a okay synthesis skill. However, remember, we made a dish a few days ago that increases one ally's hit rate to 100. This means they'll always hit whichever next move they'll utilize next, including synthesis skills. You get where I'm going at here? So you use fortune slots, you use that food item, you use fortune slots, bada bing, bada boom. You're dealing a ton of crit almighty damage to all foes. This does require Merchant Brawler Summoner lineages, pretty easy to put on the party and combo with the Merchant. It's still kind of limited because if you do use that strategy, you'll need to make a lot of that food recipe, which you can do all at once. And you'll need to buy a lot of ingredients for it, make a lot of it, which is costly. Well, it isn't too hard for the Merchant, but then also you have to not spend a day, but you'll need to be on the Gauntlet Runner to be able to do it, and you need it in motion, so it's a lot of setup. But when you set, and it does require basically 2 turn icons, about 3 actually, because it's synthesis skill. So it's a lot of setup, both outside and in battle. But when you're able to pull it off, it's pretty damn good, I'll admit it. It gets a lot of setup. It is the name of the game, but still. It's more setup than most other archetypes need to do. Other than the Faker. Actually, no, you can't really set up with the Faker, huh? Anyways, no more shit talking to Faker. Its initial magla cost is 2,500 reap. At the beginning of the game, that is a bit pricey, but at this point, pocket change. And the max level bonus is luck plus 3. The Merchant, what can I fucking say about the Merchant? You've seen, if you're a fan of Metaphor, you've seen all the broken videos people have about the Merchant. People going a full Merchant party and are able to just do crazy damage because, hey, this is fucking almighty damage. Nobody resists this. Nobody can reflect this. It's such a good archetype, and that strategy can be really useful. Just be careful with the weakness, be careful going broke. But other than that, the Merchant's fucking good. And it improves the items you use, so you don't have to worry that much about healing. It's such a good archetype. It's so good. I love this thing. And it's so broken. If it were up to me, I'd have it on Alexander 24/7. But 1, I want to show other archetypes some love, and 2, that'd be boring. If I just had Merchant on Alexander the entire game, it'd get a bit tired. And the whole point of Metaphor archetype system is literally to change it up, to find the best strategy, and while having all Merchant can be the best strategy in situation, it's still a bit boring, man, you gotta admit. So, oh, Nurse, you're here. I thought you were Stroll on the map.
Understood.
Haven't forgotten to buy anything, have you? You need medicine or equipment or some sort, I'll fly you straight to town. If you bought too much, you can load it up and store it. Bally used to run her, is she? Yes, I know. Indispensable. Interesting.
Understood.
You know I haven't forgotten to buy...
Yeah. Alright. You wanna hang out, Heismay?
It's just difficult to stop thinking about my son's urn, you see. Once we're finished with this trip, will you go with me to see the village once more?
Heismay seems pained. I'll need to talk to him once I get back in town.
Oh no, you're getting in a fluster over it. I've been thinking about how to make the most of our journey.
Right.
I'm going to spend this time standing watch and keeping us safe. Here to join me.
I encounter enemies, but I bet waiting patiently for them would raise my tolerance. I may run to monsters. Are you prepared? Give me a sec.
Very well, come see me anytime.
Actually, let's put on the wizard. Just in case we deal with any bullshit.
All right.
From the... What are those things called? I forget. Bot. Here you go. You don't have bot? I thought you had bot, Stroll. Whatever. And Blizz. Oh, you have Fiery Strike, what I'm doing. Whatever. Wait, what am I doing? No, you don't, because you're using the general. Okay, I'm just making sure we have all the elemental magic, so we are not at a disadvantage in this. I'm mainly worried we're gonna encounter one of the Magla orb things, so I want to make sure we have a good setup for that. Yeah, we should be good. All right, let's do it, Heismay. Fast forward. I'll be careful.
Indeed. Well, glad to hear it. It's quiet. If only it could stay this serene across our entire journey.
We can't let our guards down. We can't afford to let our guards down.
True.
Just as you say, if we allow quiet moments to dull our senses, we'll find ourselves in the enemy's jaws.
Enough.
Enemy sighted! We have threats approaching from that way. Seems we have a rare guest joining us. Let's give them a proper welcome.
Agreed. Let's do this. Hello? I called it.
Now's the time.
Bomb this bitch! Ooh, 260. It will always, Bombardier will always do 20% of the enemy's health. Damn. Heismay isn't even a magic user. Let's go try him. Bit of extra money in Magla. Never hurts. We prevailed somehow. I decided to take a breather with Heismay. Dude, that was the easiest fight we have so far.
Good grief.
Oh, they're off us. That's just how we want it. All thanks to the Watchman, eh? The runner's safe and we learned a valuable lesson in the process. Good experience all told.
Well then.
You're welcome to come visit again if you like.
Since my tolerance has increased from patiently standing guard with Heismay.
Alright.
Only by 3, but hey, we have a ton of tolerance, so I'm not complaining. Alright. That'll be it for today, ladies and gents. Good night.